Webster Ace Hardware and Farm Supply are generous sponsors for today's podcast. They have been a family-owned business for 27 years. This helpful hardware store sells items such as archery, Ariat clothing and boots, Wrangler jeans, case knives, Hammond's candies, and live fishing gear. They also have a full selection of hardware, RV supply, propane, Ben Moore, Royal & Clark, and Kingston paints. You need a barn or fencing job done? Custom barn kits and roofing metal are provided at your local Ace Hardware store. What about a new grill for the yard? Traeger, Big Green Egg, Weber, and Blackstone are found here, along with all the accessories to go with it. Stock up your workshop with DeWalt, Milwaukee, or Craftsman tools. They got you covered. Remember to go to ace.com to shop their entire line to have items shipped directly to the store. Welcome back to another edition of the Goblay Show. I'm your host, Billy Goble, and today we have a special guest. He's a good friend of mine and former South Sumter Raider. Without further ado, let's please welcome Mr. Thomas Williams. Thomas, welcome to the show, buddy.
Thanks for having me, Billy.
How you doing?
Good, man. Good. Finally glad to be on. Being
that unsung hero,
yeah.
Without your help, by doing this, this doesn't happen, or that doesn't happen.
Yeah, so God loves using people that, aren't the flashiest, aren't the smartest, because guess what? It shows that he did it, not you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I want to go back. I know we said something about, you mentioned the kids loving Home Alone.
Yeah.
I got to ask you real quick. It's kind of not a trend, but it's been going around social media, and they're talking about how Home Alone is not just a Christmas movie, but it's also a Christian movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
I haven't seen this. Okay.
So let me set this up for you.
Okay.
So as you and it's funny that you said we watch it all the time, so you'll be very, very up to date with it, because a lot of people are like, I haven't seen it in so long, I don't remember.
I think we watched it 2 or 3 times now since like Christmas season.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So
Rowan likes it.
So the deal is, so first of all, the writers are devout, like they're Catholic.
Oh, okay.
They're Catholic.
Okay.
So they're Christians.
Yeah.
So and a lot of people like that, like they're just now realizing this, which is kind of cool, but but ironic. It's funny that nobody's really picked up on this till now. As many years as it's been out, because it's been out for 30 years.
Holy cow. That's crazy.
Can you believe that?
Wow. Just reminds me I'm getting close to being 30.
I know. Oh, bro, come on, man. I'm 40. I'll be 44. Come on. But anyways, Old Man Marley?
Yeah.
Okay. So Old Man Marley, they portray that as like that's Jesus. Okay. So the first time you ever see Old Man Marley, what is he doing? Do you remember? They're looking through the window, and he's out there with the snowplow, and he's And what is he doing? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
He's salting the sidewalks.
Show. Okay.
So he's salting the earth.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So people are like, okay, that's just one, right? Mm-hmm. So then you then it goes on to when he goes in to get the toothbrush.
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah.
And he comes in and he puts his hand on the. Have you ever noticed his hand's wrapped and there's blood?
No, I have not. Okay, I got to go back.
Bro.
We're watching that today. I got to see all these little things
that
you just don't pay attention to.
No,
you know what I mean?
They're like little Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's that. And then what's the other one? There's 2 more. So then you go to when Kevin goes into the church, the cathedral.
Yeah.
And it's like and the song, that's like one of the it's such a beautiful moment, that the music in the background, falling your knees and like it's just a very, very like very Christmassy, like it's beautiful.
Right.
And he shows up in the church with him.
Yeah.
And it's like he's supposed to be with him there.
Yeah.
Okay. And he talks to him about so and so, about reconciling with his, kids and everything.
Yeah.
And then at the end, when the robbers catch Kevin,
he comes in and knocks him.
He comes in and helps save
him. Yeah.
Right. So
That's
all these things, bro. It's crazy how
little nuggets of stuff.
Yeah,
in
like
there.
little,
That's cool.
like a little,
It's taken
Easter
30
eggs.
years for people to notice these.
And seriously, like I've seen like this, and I was like, oh, maybe I should talk about it. Maybe I shouldn't. But
That's cool.
But it was cool because
That is really neat.
I'm not like a trend kind of guy, whatever. But it's a cool thing. But I've seen it.
I'm sure after us
several.
talking about it right now, it'll show up on my TikTok later.
yeah, exactly. I listened to a podcast called The Confused Breakfast.
Okay.
And what they do is they rate. They'll go and watch a movie and they'll like break it down and they'll talk about like if there's behind the scenes stuff or they rate it. Like it's like a rewatch.
Yeah.
So they're like like a lot of nostalgic like things like they did The Sandlot, and Predator. And so these are all movies I love.
All classics. Yeah.
All classics. So and then there's some that obviously that I've never heard of or I haven't seen. But it gives you an idea in case you haven't seen it, maybe what you can also. It's another perspective of the movie. But I think
cool.
I saw it on that at first. It might have been, but it's kind of a thing going on right now. But
that's neat.
It was really cool.
That is really neat.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of movies that are that way that have hidden stuff like that we don't know about.
But a lot of people are like, well, yeah. I'm like, yeah, it's a Christmas movie. And they're like, well, no, duh. I'm like, no. I meant it's a Christmas movie, like Christian movie. Yeah, like this ain't no Hallmark movie right here.
Right. Bella loves Hallmark movies.
Oh my gosh, my wife.
Gosh.
Oh, if she look, we would probably put stock in Hallmark. I'm telling you, she loves some Hallmark.
Yeah.
And there's a guy who does.
They're all the same.
Yes, he does. He's
it's
like
the same story.
Well, that's what he does. I want to say he's like a civil engineer or something like that. And he breaks it down. And he's got like a randomizer thing, and he goes, all right, here's the list, and he's hilarious. He kind of reminds me of Keith Hellman.
Okay,
like he's like, here's the list right here. Right. Yeah. So it says like, like for the woman, it shows her job, and it's like she's a hairstylist, she's a reporter, she's a rock star, blah blah blah. And then for the man, he's a NFL player or a sports guy, he's a prince, blah blah. And then it's like, it takes place in New York. In the mountains.
You could just plug and play all these and have the same storyline.
So he did like a randomizer, and it's like blah 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 blah, and it literally showed the movie like A Prince for Christmas or something like that. He's like, look guys,
so easy to write these.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, and they're all filmed in Canada.
That is so funny. At Christmas time.
At Christmas, it's always snowing. Like, and it's like my dad has this baking business.
Yeah.
She's just like rolling some dough out. She's like, and some guy walks in. She's like, oh, hi. Just running my dad's baking business here.
Yeah.
And you're like,
so funny.
What is going on right here? Is she all right?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part about, we're going to go back to Home Alone. What was your favorite part about Home Alone?
Honestly, it's just them trying to break into the house and all the little booby traps that he has.
That's classic.
I know that's just like the classic thing, but like it's just so funny, like all the stuff that he does to him. I saw someone say that. It popped up on my TikTok yesterday. Was like, I don't know how true it is, but a doctor said like all the things that happened to them probably would have just killed them. Like they would not have lived with all the stuff that hit them in the head and everything.
Yeah, an iron to the head.
And a hot iron to the head, them falling on the wet asphalt outside and hitting their heads, falling from the, when he cuts the rope from them trying to climb across to the treehouse to him and they fall down.
The part where he puts his head through the door.
Yeah.
Of the cranes, I'm telling you.
I was like, what was that? It's picking that up.
Velociraptor. No, this is the
Jurassic
big
Park.
cranes. Yeah. When Harry, I think it's Harry, he sticks his head through the doggy door.
And he gets shot with a BB gun.
Which they don't have a dog. Have you noticed that?
Oh.
There's no dog in that.
Why is there a doggy door?
I don't know. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
They just
did it for that show.
I just came across something that, like what? They have a doggy door, but there's no dog.
No dog the whole time.
But he sticks his head through, and he's like, Kevin's there with the BB gun. He goes, hello. And the way he does this, those two guys, physical comedy. Daniel Stern was amazing.
Yeah.
but so funny.
And then like Kevin, like as young as he was, the amount of acting he did in that movie was impressive.
Well, I think I read somewhere just last night or the day before. Macaulay Culkin has kids of his own.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the kids have seen Home Alone yet, or he hasn't told them that that's him.
Yeah.
Is what I read from
the thing that I saw was he hadn't told them that it was him. He's trying to keep that illusion
there you go.
of
That's
Kevin the whole time, that it's not him yet. Because they'll make comments like, that kind of looks like Dad. Like,
wait till they see the Google commercial or whatever it was when
right?
they did it, and they're like, and it's him as an older version.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's Dad. What's he doing on TV?
Which is wild to think about, like growing up and not knowing how famous your dad is.
Bro, that movie, let me tell you, it would have been all over with quick because when Kevin attacks his brother Buzz and they tussle in the kitchen and the milk gets spilled. Have you ever noticed?
I didn't notice till the other day.
Oh, okay, I was gonna
somebody showed it on TikTok.
They throw his airplane ticket. He wasn't getting on the plane anyways.
No, I've never noticed that in the movie at all, that they threw the airplane ticket away.
That's another
one that no one notices.
There's this is also cool too. And if you go to Netflix, Netflix has a series out. It's called The Movies That Made Us, kind of like The Toys That Made Us.
Okay.
And they did Home Alone, and they showed you the production of it.
Oh, cool.
They actually filmed that in an old high school.
Really?
So they had a pool because up north they have swimming teams.
Right.
We don't do that where we have water down here. We don't. Well, the villages have one, but anyway.
Yeah. Growing up here,
we didn't know. Nobody around here had. Yeah. Maybe Lake County. I would have to assume or they just went to Lake Harris. They're like, all right, swim in the water and avoid the alligators.
Yeah.
But
that's your training. Outswim the alligators.
That's great core training right there.
Yeah.
And cardio.
Yeah. You'd go through a lot of kids though.
You're like, swim team would be next. All right, in the water.
Your swim team would be amazing because you'd only have the best of the best.
Like Michael Phelps was training there.
Yeah.
And Lake Harris or Lake what was that? What's the other one over there? That's
my gosh.
The one over by Walmart.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm blanking on what it's called.
Gosh, and I live here. That's so bad.
Yeah.
Anyways, but they filmed this in a high school.
Okay.
And, so they filmed the scene where the wet bandits, where he was clogging the sink and it was running down the sink. So they filmed that in the pool. So they built a set. Oh. That's why the water would just run in the pool and drain out.
Oh, that's smart.
And so they just had it. It was kind of cool. It's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Another behind the scenes thing was they did a production. They shut down production. They're like, all right, and what it was they had everybody in a big circle.
Okay.
So it wasn't like, all right, we're having a staff meeting. Everybody show up. Everybody come around, gather around everybody. Mm-hmm. We're gonna halt production. No, it was you tell the costuming. Mm-hmm. Costuming tells the props.
Yeah.
Props tells so and so. They tell the key grips and blah blah. It goes down the list, right? Kind of in a circle. About midway through, by the time it was like a game of telephone, by the time they got to the end, they're like, no, we're back up. Like production's back up because they were going to pull the plug.
Right.
Thought, no, we're back. So they went back and no, go back to work.
Yeah.
No, put that back. So it was kind of cool, but it was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So the movie was almost not made at one point. No, it's kind of cool how
it's like that. Now one of the number one most watched Christmas movies.
Yeah, well, I'm still trying to convince people that Die Hard is my favorite Christmas movie, and it is a Christmas movie. You've seen that, right? Die Hard.
It's been a while since I've watched Die Hard.
I was gonna say you gotta watch Die Hard, man.
That's have to throw that one on.
That's the ultimate. Well, you can't do it with the kids.
No. We'll have to wait till the kids go to bed. It's okay. They go to bed at 7 and 8. We'll be good. We'll get our movie time in.
But Dad, what's going on at Nakatomi Plaza? What's going on there? That guy's really
Rowan
upset.
is way too observant. You can't watch that kind of stuff around.
Oh yeah, no. Then they start to mimic.
Oh yeah. He's starting to quote Home Alone. That's how much we watch it already.
Oh my gosh, so funny. Speaking of that, my niece, she's 9.
Yeah.
She loves that part where it says, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Oh, yeah, that's what
Happy
he's been
New-
saying.
Right?
He's been saying that, and then he's been saying, you know, the scene where he plays the TV and he's got the machine gun, and he's saying, I'm going to pump your belly full of lead.
Yeah.
He's been saying that, too.
Yeah. Yeah, that was that scene right there was we would recreate at my grandma's pool and fall in. You know, for 1, 2, 10, just fall in the pool. You know, like we got taken out. But we were at the cemetery the other day, and we did the wreaths across the.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
It went well. That was a phone call.
Yeah. You said it would happen.
Yeah, I told you.
You said it would happen.
It always happens. But anyways, we went to a family member. It's my cousin's husband. His grandfather.
Okay.
Had to make the connection there.
Yeah.
We put a wreath on the grave and stuff. And my niece goes. You know, at the end of we see her both sets of grandparents are out there, and I have an Uncle Bill that's out there, and now an Uncle Bobby, who just passed away. And anyways, we go out there and we put it on there, and as we're turning, we're like, Merry Christmas, you know, we said Merry Christmas as we were leaving, and my niece says, Merry Christmas, you fluff. I thought she said filthy animal. She said, you fluffy animal, and Happy New Year. And I was like, Avery, you can't. What are we doing here?
That's funny. That's funny.
So she's like, and I'm like, freaked out because she said it.
Yeah.
And she's like, I said fluffy animal. I was like, well, that's still kind of.
Yeah, that's pretty close. That's funny.
I mean, that's not something you say in the cemetery.
Yeah. So you got to pick and choose where you can say that and who you say that to.
Exactly. I was like, if you're at Walmart, okay. Hey, you want to tell the guy getting the carts?
Yeah. That's funny. Kids, they're too honest.
I know. Bro,
They say whatever comes to their mind. No matter whose feelings it might hurt.
Oh my gosh.
They're the most truthful. You want to know how your outfit is? Ask a 3-year-old.
You're like, what do you think of that? I don't like it. Yeah. All right.
All right. Huh.
You're like, well, at least they're honest. You know, I can't get an honest answer out of most people. Right. But ask a.
People are scared to give their honest opinions.
Hey, does your let's see, the oldest.
Yeah.
Does he like to hide stuff? Have any of them done that?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not trying to hide
wait
stuff.
Wait till you can't find your car keys.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing Rowan did, he was 1 when he did this, and he didn't know what he was doing. But so he flushed my Apple Watch down the toilet. Yeah. So we came home from church one day. I took my Apple Watch off to charge it, and cause like I had worn it to sleep the night before, so it was almost dead. So I put it on the charger, and I do my natural thing, turn on football. Bella lays down in the bed. I lay on the couch. Rowan's running around. It was just Rowan at the time because he was 1.
Right.
So all the doors in the house are closed, and he ain't going anywhere. So he's playing. We both fall asleep. Right. So napping a little bit. Wake up from like our hour nap or whatever. Go about our day. Well, the next day I wake up to. And my first thing I do is always put my Apple Watch on. My Apple Watch is gone. Where's my Apple Watch? I'm like, oh, Rowan must have grabbed it. It's probably in his bedroom somewhere, Tear the house apart. Nothing. Cannot find the Apple Watch. I'm like, okay, well, I'll pull up my phone to see if I can track it and see where it's at. Can't find it. Does not showing up on the tracker. Last known location is right there on the nightstand. I'm like, this is so weird. And Rowan could not talk yet. And so we asked him. He was walking. We're like, did you grab my Apple Watch? And like, where'd you put it? And Bella asked him first, and he walked her to the bathroom. The door was closed. He tapped the door. She opened the door. He walked over and pointed at the toilet. And so I was like, well, maybe he's just like, I don't know. Like, I'm like giving him a bit of, maybe he didn't put it in the toilet. So like the next day I ask him the same question, same thing. He goes and points at the toilet. And so sure enough, he put it in there and we flushed it. And didn't know it was in there right down the toilet, Apple Watch. So it took me like 3 years or 2 years, and I finally got me another one, but he put it right in the toilet. So that's a funny joke to tell. Yeah. He didn't know what he was doing.
No, I can see you like, you're like, Bella, we got this potty training thing down, man. Everybody says it's so hard.
He was easy to potty train. She did it in over a summer. He was quick. And now Radley's starting to want to. on his own because of Rowan.
Did you do the SeaWorld technique where you like, here's an M&M? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like they're a dolphin?
She used gummies. That's what she used, gummies. We went through a lot of gummies, but it worked.
Hilarious. But it works, yeah.
It worked.
Because
and when they're potty trained, man, oh my gosh.
It's so much better.
I can't wait till Radley is the youngest and then make
Well,
life easier.
there's still a chance of an accident.
Always.
You're not out of the
always.
woods yet, brother, but you can see the tree line. You can see the way out, but yeah, you can have dude. There's or wait till Dad.
Oh.
Come wipe my butt.
Oh, that's where, Rowan still, you have to go wipe him. So there's still that. But I'd rather do that than change a diaper.
Oh, that is true. You got
because Radley has grown man poops. Dude's not even 2 yet, and it's like, wow. It's like, come on, man.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like
Bella has started like putting him on. She doesn't want to change that diaper either. Yeah.
You got you got a lot of fiber in there.
Oh yeah. He likes to eat.
So I know we've been talking about family but I really want people to know how, like, I want to promote you're always on social media.
Yeah.
And, I follow you on TikTok, but you're also on Twitch, and first of all, I like your style of the things you do. You're playing a game.
Yeah.
But people are going to go, he's playing a game.
Yeah.
But you are using it as a tool. You're learning it. You're teaching. It's a coaching thing.
Yeah.
And
that's how John Madden intended it. When Madden was first created, it was like to learn the sport.
Yeah.
And so to me, that's how I learned what, man coverage was between, two high man, single high man.
Yeah.
It's where I learned what cover 2, cover 3, cover 4. I'd like all the different coverages. I learned what those were, the different offensive plays and stuff like that. And as a kid, like I felt like I was a little ahead of other kids because like I understood what a coverage was based off of the video game. Right. I know that's kind of silly to say, but like it is like a tool to understand the game. Yeah. And so Brock, my brother-in-law, he always would tell me like you should stream and teach the game. Like you can sit here and talk to me about, why you're running these plays and things like that in the game with like actual football knowledge. You should do that. I'm like, people don't want to watch that. And he's like, nah, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
And so I was when the college football 25 game finally came out. Like, we hadn't had a college game in forever. And I've always liked college over NFL. Just, I don't know what it is, but just something about like the college, like atmosphere.
There's more teams.
Yeah, there's more teams. and it's just, I've always liked it better. And I played Madden a lot growing up too, but always preferred the NCAA games. And so when that came out, there was a streamer, Coach Mickey, who would stream and teach the game. And I just thought it was so neat. And there were people that watched it. And so Brock was like, you should do it. And so I finally bit the bullet and started doing it. And it's been fun. It's been really fun. And I've gotten a lot of good feedback from it and try to clip it up and have little teaching moments in the game. And I just literally just talk about the game while I'm playing. That's all I do.
Yeah.
And some people might find it boring, but it's stuff that I'm thinking in my head. I just say it out loud. Yeah. And I think it's pretty neat.
Well, listen, I've always been told you're never going to be good at something that you're not interested in.
That's right.
So if you don't find football interesting, that's why a lot of, like with the podcast here, I say sports and entertainment.
Yeah.
Because entertainment can cover a wide range, and so can sports.
Yeah.
But I figured, people hear sports and they go, "Oh, I don't like sports." I'm like, it's not what you think. I'm here highlighting people.
Yeah.
I'm talking to people who have played a sport, may not be the sport you like, but like when I flip on Joe Rogan,
he has everybody
known to man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't do bow hunting, but I like to hear the guy taking down an elk.
Yeah, it's cool to hear about this
600
topics.
yards. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, he has just people on and they just have conversations about life.
Absolutely.
That's neat.
So that's what I mean, I'm not trying to steal anything, but it's the same way. I mean, there's only so many things you can talk about.
Right.
But that's the way I feel.
Yeah.
And so when people see that, they go next. You know, like you know what I'm saying. Like they'll swipe. So if that's something you're not into, that's okay.
Yeah, it's all about like building a community of people that are interested in those things. You know, you don't want people around that aren't interested. You know, you want to attract the people that have the same kind of interest as you.
Yeah.
You know?
My other niece Emma, she's 9 too. She's on YouTube all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, Emma, why don't you look? They call me BB. Why don't you watch any BB's videos? She goes, you're boring. What? And I said, girl, I've seen some of the videos you watch, and it's like somebody with a little, like something I would have done. If YouTube would have existed, I would have been totally up for it.
Yeah.
Having it like an action figure or like a little
like
dog.
Almost like motion capture.
Like
of stuff.
You see the hand, like the old Mattel commercials, like oh my gosh, there's a G.I. Joe.
Yeah,
you know, but that's what she's into.
Yeah,
she doesn't care about conversation yet. But again, what did we say earlier? Today's kids don't care about conversation. So
yeah, I probably didn't at that age either, though. Right. You know what I mean? As I get older, I prefer, rather than listen to music going on the road, I'd rather listen to a podcast and listen to people talk and learn something from somebody.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Going back to what we said about learning something every day. You know,
maybe it's just getting older. You know, now I get more of like why my grandparents and my great grandparents like to just have conversations. You know what I mean? It was just more interesting than, you know, having your mind on something else.
Yeah, and it's great to hear different perspectives about different things. And you might, like I said before, we always think that we're alone.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I've always heard, you know, you could never imagine what I'm going through. And I'm like, really? You mean of all the people that have been on this earth before, nobody's ever experienced what you're going through? Yeah. I highly doubt that.
Right. It might be a little bit of a different situation, but like, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody goes through difficult situations.
The only thing that changes are the names and places. Mm-hmm. That's it. It's the same thing. It's like movies.
Yeah.
It pretty much just how many movies are we going to talk about? There's a good guy, there's a bad guy.
Yeah, they're all
good guy wins, bad guy loses. Yeah. I mean, the end, and you ride off in the sunset. I mean, how many westerns have there been? It's the same premise.
Yeah, shoot, the Bible is relevant today, and it's, you know, thousands of years old. It's like people went through the same stuff back then that went on now. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So, I mean, you got different perspectives of different things, and that's why a lot of people carry on conversations.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And like I said, you're always learning. You're always learning.
Always.
But she's you're boring.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. Well.
It's like, all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Going back to college football.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about NIL.
Yeah.
Because you know I've touched base on it a few times, and as the season is ending, is near the end. And we've already had teams losing players, especially Florida.
Yeah.
You know, new coach, not even a week later.
Right. Players already transferring. Yeah.
Players already. So give me your idea. Like,
all right, number one thing that I think is the dates need to change. Right. I heard John Gruden talked about this. He said that the NFL has an offseason for a reason. It's when coaches can move and players can move. Trades can happen, right? New salary negotiations happen in the offseason. We don't get into the playoffs and that start happening unless, you know, a team is out of the playoffs, they might go hire a coach. But, like, in general, you don't see, you know, Pete Carroll make the playoffs and then, you know, I'm going to go to this team while my team is still in the playoffs. Like, the dates have to change. I know they line up with enrollment, but we have to figure out a way to make an exception and change the dates. Yeah. That's got to change, number one. And then we got to get into contracts. It's just, the money's not going away, right?
Yeah.
It's just, NIL is here to stay.
Right.
Let's call it what it is. It's a contract. It's not name, image, and likeness, because name, image, and likeness would be like, you know, I do an ad for Gatorade and they pay me. That's using my name, image, and likeness, right? Not some collective just paying me to come to their school. That's not NIL.
Yeah.
But okay, it is what it is. I think the players deserve to make money.
Mm-hmm.
It's turned into a career.
Right.
The schools are making billions of dollars off of them.
Yeah.
We can pay the kids. That's cool. But we need to teach them what life is like.
Right.
Life is contracts.
Right.
We have agreements. We can't just bolt on our agreements or we lose our money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, I can't just go to work for somebody and get paid, you know, $50,000 a year and then just say, all right, thank you for that $50,000. Bye. I'm going to go get another job for another $50,000 and I get to keep my $50,000. It doesn't work like
Exactly.
that. You have to finish what you agreed to do, or you don't get paid that full amount.
Yep.
It needs to be that way for NIL.
Yeah.
And if we did that and structured it more like the NFL, and locked in contracts, it would go away from this being able to hit the portal. And I think that would fix a lot of it.
Right.
Because if you agree, all right, I'm going to go to Florida, right? They're going to sign me to a 2-year deal. Cool. I have to stay there for that 2 years. If I want to transfer, I void my contract.
Void contract, yeah.
And I don't get my money.
Right.
I have to go somewhere else.
Right.
Because it's just wild to me that kids can just hop schools and then that school lost out on their investment. You know what I mean? They paid them that money, but now they're gone. And I think that would fix a lot of it.
I watched this video the other day, and I was saving it for you. You know, I always butcher his last name, but the old coach from LSU.
Oh,
Coach O.
Yeah, Coach O. I just always call him
Coach O. Okay, so we'll just call him Coach O, because what is it really? Aragon?
Something.
Aragon?
I always butcher it too. I just say Coach O.
Coach O. So out of respect, Coach O. And he's saying this. And they said, you know, and I'm going to do the voice because I love the voice.
Yeah.
But they're like, Coach O, how are you going to, he says, how are you going to adapt to the NIL?
That's all this.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
And he goes, we're going to make a minor adjustment. And they said, what do you mean by that? And he goes, well, we used to go out the back door with the cash.
And now we
just go out the front door.
That's right. Just go through the front door now. Don't have to keep it hidden anymore.
I love that.
Yeah, that money
that
money was being thrown around.
I love it.
Yeah, I love the honesty.
It's so honest and so blunt.
Yeah.
That we used to go out the back door with the cash. Now we just go out the front door.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
it's so funny. It's so funny. He would thrive in this culture of NIL.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
I thought Florida was trying to get him.
I don't know, man.
I'm happy as an
John.
O-line coach.
Oh, I did see something about that. Yeah. I'm happy with John Summerall that we got. I really am.
Yeah.
At first, I was a little disappointed. I wanted Lane just because he was the big name.
Yeah.
But now, after the first press conference with John, I was like, dude, I like this guy. His fire that he has, and he's making the right hires. Now he just has to get a quarterback. We'll be all right.
I was kind of upset that they didn't keep Billy.
Yeah.
Not Napier. But
Gonzalez. Yeah. 'Cause he's been with the program a while.
And I thought he did a tremendous job. Taking over.
Yeah, I did too.
And
he just knows the Gator culture. You know what I mean? He's been a part of a lot of the winning programs with Urban and everything.
Speaking of Gator culture, Spikes is trying to get in there, right?
Yeah.
He's trying to get. We need to put him at linebacker coach.
For real.
For real. You're talking about someone who knows the culture, has been there, has won.
The passion that man has.
Knows about winning.
Yeah.
It's the passion.
Yeah,
right.
That's the type of defensive coach you want out there.
You sure
do.
You know
what I mean? A little bit of screws loose. Yeah. That's what it takes to play on defense, man. You gotta be a little crazy.
Yeah, you gotta be a little crazy.
You gotta like the pain of hitting somebody. You know what I mean? To be a good defensive player.
Yeah, it's like on Yellowstone when they said you never date a barrel racer because they're crazy as they'll get up.
Yep.
No, but yeah, I think the the program should be in the right direction, but you never know. I mean,
you never know.
I mean, I remember years ago when Zook left, and I thought, you got that flashy Urban coming in there, and I do like Urban Meyer. I like him a lot. I think he's a great. Earl's always told me that he's a great motivator, and he's just psychology, and and I love guys like that. That was Jimmy Johnson was the same way.
Yeah,
he always said that he wanted smart players. They didn't have to be the best players, but he wanted smart players so he could teach them what they're doing wrong.
Oh yeah.
When you don't get it, I don't care how talented you are.
Yeah.
You don't get it, and it's super hard to make contact. And
for sure.
You're never going to fix it.
It's a mental game, man. It really is. Yeah. When you're having to think a lot out there, it makes you slow, makes you play slow. And so if you've got kids that are just reacting because they already know, they play a lot faster, for sure.
Yeah, and regardless of behavior, that has nothing to do with it. Yeah. I mean, you can be intelligent and be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. You have to know what your job is, for sure.
There's a guy played for the Cowboys at the time. Did you ever watch that documentary, The America's Team?
I haven't yet, no.
It's really great. They'll talk about him, and it's Charles Haley.
Okay.
So Charles Haley played for the 49ers. Mm-hmm. He won 2 Super Bowls.
Oh,
then
wow.
he came to the Cowboys and won 3. Okay.
Jeez.
So before Brady, he had the most Super Bowls.
He had the most.
He had 5. He had
Wow.
5. So, but they got him because he was crazy.
Yeah.
He ended up peeing on the front, the guy's desk, like one of the what's it called, the general manager.
Oh, wow.
He's like, I want out.
He had a little bit of CTE.
He goes, yeah. He goes, I figured that was my best way out. He goes, if they didn't trade me after that,
they were never going to trade me.
no. So
That's funny.
Yeah, peed on his desk.
Wow.
Just like blatantly, like right in front of him. Just I want out of here.
Wow.
Just mental. But Michael Irvin said psycho. He was psycho. But smart.
Yeah.
And he would show up. When he was at the 49ers. Remember Mike Holmgren? Mm-hmm. Mike Holmgren was I think he was on the 49ers for a little bit because he was under that Walsh crew.
Yeah.
Bill Walsh. I think he was there. I could be wrong, but I think this is how it went. He said that Charles, defensive lineman, shows up to an offensive line meeting.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you doing, Charles? He goes, I want to be able to tell them what they're doing wrong. He just understood the game so much that he wouldn't let them know, hey, that's what you're doing. That ain't gonna work. Yeah. Because this is how they're gonna react.
Yeah.
They'll counter what you're doing by doing this.
Yeah.
Just
it's a chess match, man.
Absolutely.
It's always trying to guess, based off people's tendencies and stuff.
Yep.
That's one of the biggest things that I love about the game is trying to like figure those things out and you're trying to read what the person's going to do and pick up on their tendencies. You know, it's another factor of the game that I love. Well,
that's why I've always said like defensive backs. That's the hardest job.
Oh.
Defense is the hardest job because I always tell the kids, it's like offense knows where they're going.
Yeah,
we got to guess.
We have to.
We got to find out where they're going.
Yeah.
So you may think he's going that way.
Yeah.
But he could go that way.
Yeah.
And I got to be prepared for it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
it's crazy how
it is.
You got to think almost outside the box at all times.
Yeah.
Just in case, what if?
Yeah, and I've always been a defensive person. That's just where I played, the positions I played. Yeah. And I'm just like a defensive-minded person. And I don't know what it is, but I just love the physicality of defense. Like offense can be physical too, but just, I don't know, something about that having to, read what the offense is doing and figure it out and almost guess, like you're saying, and sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't,
right.
And so at the high school level, I played DB, and I'll never forget my sophomore year. So it was spring, so it would have been between freshman and sophomore year. We had a bunch of concussions. I don't know what it was about that year, but we had probably, I think 10 people out with concussions. Oh, so we were very thin. And I remember getting switched over to linebacker, which Coach Lawrence was a linebacker coach back then, and along as the defensive coordinator. And so I remember switching over to linebacker. I had not played linebacker at the high school level at all, but I'm a very observant person, and I always would, as much as I paid attention to my position, I listened to the coaches, when we were in 11-on-11 of the other positions. So I knew, right. I knew the blitzes and things like that. And so when I walk over there, whatever the period was, just Coach Lawrence, we were in individual and we were working on blitzes. And I think he had the cans up or whatever, simulating the gaps. And so somebody, was up in front of me. He called the blitz. They went up there, blitzed their gap, timing it up. I got up there and he called a blitz for me. And it was like I was blitzing the A gap, and I went and stood in the B gap and then wrapped into the A gap. And he was like, why'd you do that? And I was like, well, I'm going to that gap. If I go and stand in that gap, he's going to know. I said, if I go stand in the B gap, he thinks I'm there, and then I go and swoop into the A gap. It kind of disguises it. And at that age, I don't know why I did that, to be honest with you. I don't know how my brain was disguise the blitz. You know what I mean? I played outside, and really you just blitzed off the edge. You had an X blitz, but you didn't really you could disguise it by acting like you're in coverage and then going, but I had never done that.
Right.
And Coach Lawrence looked at me and said, "You can come coach for me anytime you want." And at that moment I was like, maybe I could coach football.
Why make two stops when you could shop at two amazing stores under one roof? Visit Lollipops on Main Boutique and the Stitching Heifers in the heart of downtown Bushnell for all your clothing, accessories, and custom gear. At Lollipops on Main Boutique, you can find stylish women's and men's apparel, novelty items, and the perfect gift ideas.
The Stitching Heifers is your one-stop shop for embroidered and printed hats, custom patch hats, and trending graphic tees that can be fully customized for you, your company, or your next big event. Whether you need a single design or a whole company's worth of branded gear, they've got you covered. Come see us at 110 Bushnell Plaza in Bushnell. Shop in-store or browse online anytime at mponmaine.com and thestitchingheifers.com. Promotional consideration paid for by the following. Travelin' Tom's Coffee Truck, the delicious mobile coffee truck that brings you the caffeination inspiration you need. We deliver signature coffee products like our Nitro Cold Brew and Caramel Frappe to any occasion or festivity. And for those who don't like coffee, we offer a variety of delicious hot chocolates, energy drinks, lemonades, and teas. That's Travelin' Tom's Coffee Truck.
Pat's Taps at Catfish Johnny's. Pat's Taps is Lake Panasoffke's only craft beer tap room, offering 12 rotating craft beers on tap. We also offer bottled domestic beer, seltzers, ciders, and wine, as well as a variety of appetizers and pub food. Our family-friendly tap room is a great place to hang out and enjoy some one-of-a-kind craft beer. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, or the Untapped app.
Whether your water is supplied by a public municipality or a private well, for residential or commercial use, Purified Water Services LLC has the solutions to provide you with simply clean water. We offer a complete line of professional water filtration equipment and accessories. Soft water makes a difference you can see and feel. Water heater and appliances last longer with less maintenance. Iron and H2S filters eliminate iron stains and offensive rotten egg odors and protects your water softener equipment from iron fouling. No matter what your problem is, Purified Water Services LLC has a solution. Contact Kenny Williams at 352-446-2709. CY Western Company is located in Bushnell, Florida. It's a great place for boots, clothing, gifts, and accessories for the whole family. They are a family-owned and operated business that opened in 2008. They offer free gift bagging and layaway services, and also a 10% discount for 4-H and FFA members with proof of membership. Be sure to like them on Facebook, where customers can stay updated on sales and giveaways. You can find them next to Lowry's True Value Hardware in Bushnell, open Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, and Saturdays 9 to 5. Be sure to check out CY Western Company.
Catfish Johnny's Restaurant, served at Lake Panasoffke and surrounding areas since 1990. For the last 34 years, we have strived to serve great food at good prices and a friendly, casual atmosphere. If seafood isn't your thing, our wings and burgers are the best around. We have our daily specials too. We are open Wednesday through Saturday. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram for more information.
And then my junior year, I tore my meniscus. So like the first game of the season, my junior year, I got a high ankle sprain. Mm-hmm. So I went to tackle somebody, and the whole pile fell on me, and my ankle had a high ankle sprain, couldn't walk on it. So during rehab, my knees started bothering me. So Ep was helping me strengthen my ankle, and I kept telling him, like, man, my knee's getting like really tight and just sore. And he just thought, it was just overworking that leg or something like that. And then it got to the point I couldn't walk on it. Like I could not bend the knee, and it just hurt with the pressure. So I went and got an MRI. Sure enough, my meniscus was torn. So I pretty much, after that, had rehabbed my high ankle sprain. I actually came back and played one game with my ankle wrapped and on that meniscus tear without knowing it was torn.
Wow.
And just kind of, limped through it or whatever. And then that year I pretty much just was out. That was the year we went and played Swanee in the playoffs. And that was the first time we played them and we won.
Gotcha.
And so I just turned into a coach that year. I basically I would go up top with the coaches and then, I would be on the field and I just I knew what our defense was, and I just helped coach the DBs. And I thought that it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And so then, after that went off and didn't think anything of it, but I always had that kind of back in my mind. I was like, I'd like to be a teacher. I'd like to coach one day. And so after college, I worked for a company where we developed scratch offs. And so
Okay.
that was my first like full-time job. I worked part-time jobs. I actually interned for them in college. So my buddy worked in the IT department there, and he got me in the IT department. And then I knew they had a programming like part of the company too, where they developed the scratch offs. And so that was kind of like my end to get in the IT. And then eventually I wanted to be like, hey, make connections there and be like, hey, I want to do programming.
Right.
Could I get into the programming department? And I had no interns for the programming department. And so this was all in Lakeland. So I worked in the IT department for probably 3 or 4 months. And then the opportunity came up for one position to do an internship with the programming.
Right.
And so my buddy Josh, they gave him the opportunity first. And he was like, no, I'll let Thomas do it. Because he had the same degree. And he's like, no, I'll let Thomas do it. And he's like, I've been in the IT longer. It would make more sense for Thomas to just transition into the programming. So I went into the programming. So I interned with them. And then when I graduated, they hired me full time. And it was during COVID. So right when they hired me, everybody went fully remote.
Gotcha.
So it worked out that I was
Yeah.
fully remote. So then I worked for them after college and for a while developing scratch offs. And it was just crazy to see how they were made. So the way that it would work is we would do scratch offs for like so many different lotteries. They would come and like write a contract with us, like, hey, we want this style game, right? We want a crossword game, and it would be like, the Georgia lottery, right? And they would come order it, it'd go to Georgia, and then their lottery would distribute it all across the state, right, to their gas stations and stuff like that. And we printed them in house, packaged them, and shipped them. And like surprisingly, our biggest clients were like overseas, what we refer to as internationals, like Italy. One of the largest clients for scratch offs.
Wow.
Dude, they love scratch offs.
Really?
Yeah, and like I would have never known that.
Yeah.
And there were times where like you would work on these things, and you're working on like this is like $1 million game, right? Like to develop it, let alone the amount of money they probably would make off of it, right? Like just to print it, like this contract is a lot of money, and like mistakes would happen and things like that. And like I'll never forget, I got a call at 4 a.m. one time. It wasn't even a game that I had worked on, and I would have been full time at this time because it was remote. So they called me, and I was the only one that picked up. They had called like 3 other programmers, and nobody answered. So they called me, and like I'm fairly new to being full time, and so I was able to help explain why we had did something and kind of not fix the situation, but explain the situation, and I was like, I was just shocked that like I was at that moment. I'm like, holy cow! I'm very young, explaining something to people that are much older than me on something that cost a lot of money. It was like an aha moment,
right?
Working on something that like is going to be huge over in, I think it was Italy, that game or something, because that's why it would have been 4 a.m. that they were calling.
Right.
And, but yeah, that was a really cool thing. And so then I worked there for a bit and had a really good time. It just is a very intense field. You're dealing with a lot of pressure because you're working on very expensive things. And so I kind of got burnt out with it, got burnt out programming and didn't really enjoy programming anymore.
Right.
And so, I was like, well, I didn't really want to go through the interview process of programming because like it's very intense to go through interviews as a programmer because they ask you very like just difficult questions, like what they refer to as whiteboard interview, where you have to explain different things. And so I just didn't want to do it. And I looked around here locally and nothing was paying, the same amount. And I knew I had to take a pay cut, whatever I chose. And, my wife, Bella, she was a teacher. And I said, I've always wanted to be a math teacher. I've always wanted to try it. I said, let me just see. And so there was an opening at the high school. And I was like, shoot, I'll just apply and see. So I apply, get a phone call very quickly. And it's Mr. Shirley, and he's like, Alan, And he's like, look, I've already promised the math position to somebody else, but I have a science position. I was like, I don't know if I want to teach science, but I was kind of desperate just to get out of my situation. And I was like, and I'd like to coach. So I was like, all right, I'll take it. So I was teaching chemistry and biology. And Coach Lawrence was awesome. And he was like, yeah, come coach with me. And so I taught there. That was like in October, I think. So like the first game that I coached at the high school was Zephyr Hills, which was such a cool game. We ended up winning that game or whatever, and at Zephyr Hills. And so that was a great year, which was Brock's senior year. So it was cool to get to like coach his team and with them. And I helped Coach Gauntlet with the DBs, and it was a very fun experience. And but I really wanted to teach math, and there wasn't a guaranteed math position going to be opening up at the high school. And so then Coach Kinley was like, hey, I want you to come over here and coach with me at middle school if you want. He's like pulling at me to do that. And at the time, having Rowan and stuff like young, I was like, I would have more time at the middle school with Rowan than versus the high school seasons are shorter. I said, and then I'd get to teach math. And there was a math position in middle school. So I made the shift to go to the middle school and start coaching over there with Coach Kinley, took over the defense with him. He was needing that because Dieter was wanting to be done coaching because Dieter ran the defense. So he's like, come over here and coach linebackers and run the defense. And so just finished my third season over there this year. It's been fun. I would have never in a million years expected to be coaching football with Coach Kinley as my father-in-law. If I think back to middle school, it's just a surreal moment,
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, and so I taught a year at the middle school. And so then that company reached back out to me over Christmas break that year and was like, hey, we really would like you to come back. And I was like, well, I said, I can't leave. I said, I don't want to do that to my kids here at the middle school.
Right.
I said, I need to finish the school year out. Can y'all wait? I was like, I know that's a lot to ask. I know y'all probably needing to fill a position. I said, but can you wait till May? And they're like, so my former boss, he was like, I'll buy time. He said, I'll wait a little bit. He said, I haven't even put in for the position. He said, I just was interested if you'd come back. He said, because we ain't got to train anybody. And so I was like, but it has to be fully remote. Because at that time now it's not COVID. And I was like, I'm not driving to Lakeland.
Right.
He's like, no, it'd be remote. And I said, and I want to be able to coach football still. I said, I want to be able to still go and coach football. I don't want to stop that. And he's like, oh yeah, I don't care. He's like, you get your work done, you'll be all right. And so they waited. And so I went back and worked almost a full year for them. And the company name's IGT. Well, then the company got sold. And so they went through a transition. They froze all promotions, froze hiring, and then they wanted to force everyone back into office. And I wasn't about to drive to Lakeland. And so, I enjoyed going back and working with my former employees. And, but I just was like, nah, this is over. Like this period of my life doing this job is over with. Well, my parents' company had grown a lot. It had grown a lot. And, my dad started that company. And he's always been in water and wastewater. And he started that company when I was young, and he started it like full time when I was in high school. And he started with just running a route where he would go and check, like Center Hills water, right? And, the wastewater at RV parks around here and stuff like that. And that's how, he started it. And just with him and a little truck and us as, young kids riding around with him. And, my mom always would help with, the office stuff, the administrative stuff, billing, permitting, and things like that with DEP. And my mom actually built the first two, what I would say the first two apps for the business. She built like her own database to collect all the data and help with stuff. And then she wrote a mobile app for Android. And so she did some really cool programming stuff in the company. And so then, this past year, my dad was like, I think we're ready to bring you on full time. My brother Daniel had started working full time again for him. And he's like, you can learn what your mom does and help, build more apps for us and everything. And so I made that transition, and, it's been good working in the family business. It's been, it's been a new thing, but I've been able to build, like I said, I built 3 iOS and 3 Android apps in less than a year for the company.
Oh, wow.
And I'm working on rebuilding my mom's, database stuff into an app that we both can use and grow the business there. And it's been awesome. It's been awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was gonna wait to give a shout out, but I got to give a shout out to your dad,
Yeah.
Mr. Kenny Williams. He's a great sponsor for the show, and I really, really appreciate his support. And so there's nothing better than working for family.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a great thing.
Yeah. Building that, just generational wealth, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not really, just like about the money. It's more of just about like the career, you know what I mean? Just building something that you can pass down to your kids too.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? And my dad's worked very hard with what he has.
Yeah.
And it's just be really cool to carry that on,
Yeah, and having an opportunity like that to carry on that tradition is a big responsibility, but it's also something very, very cool though that you're proud of. And I can
proud.
I can tell that you're very proud of it, and you should be.
Yeah.
My grandfather built the sawmill down in Terrytown, and it used to be Robbins. I don't know if it's still Robbins or if they might have changed the name, but it used to be Robbins. And it was a sawmill back in the 60s. My dad, my mom, my grandparents and my dad moved from Tampa down to Terrytown. They built this, sawmill. So growing up as a kid, I always wanted to work there.
Yeah.
And my dad's like, "No, you don't work there." But I get what he was saying. But I wanted to be a part of that tradition too.
Yeah.
But it's a great thing still.
It is.
And
it really is.
even though I didn't get a chance to do that, I feel like I have. I'm really, really proud of it.
Yeah.
So.
10 years ago, I wouldn't have thought I would be working in the family business either. You know what I mean?
Bro.
But yeah, it's great. It's great where life will take you.
Oh yeah. And that's the thing is people, don't just because it doesn't happen right away.
Yeah.
And that's we got to teach these kids that they're. I just saw the guy who won the Cy Young for the AL. I can't think of his last name, but he plays for the Tigers.
Okay.
Pitcher, obviously, Cy Young. And he was talking about how, everybody thinks they have to be good at something, or especially like baseball,
right away.
by like 11. He goes, I wasn't even good at baseball at 11 years old. He goes, and I'm like, this man just won the Cy Young, and he's just telling you that he wasn't any good. He thought he wasn't any good,
Right.
So, I mean, you don't have to be good, but you got to keep working.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it. That's what makes the difference.
Yeah, and then like all those moments building up. If I wouldn't have the jobs I had before, I learned something at every single job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like being a teacher, I learned how to get over the fear of talking in front of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you just get over it doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like my other jobs, I learned how to deal with difficult situations, right? And not letting, the pressure of a situation control how you react and stuff like that. So all those moments in life, anything from anywhere, you know what I mean? From little to old, you learn from those different situations to set you up for the next thing,
Right. And again, the things you're taking on right now are things you wouldn't want to take on at 18. You know what I'm saying?
Lord, no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not at all. I was not ready for any of this at 18 years old.
Right. Can you imagine, like...
Oh, my gosh. No.
I mean, like, so in my situation, I got married when I was in my 40s.
Right.
And a lot of people get married when they're really young. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, I think I need to find out who I was first.
Right.
Before I committed to somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and I was just like, and it wasn't like a time frame thing. I didn't feel like I had, like, I need to go out and get married. You know what I mean?
Right.
It wasn't like that. It was,
no, not at all.
There were people that had families when I was in my 30s.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. I was thinking about them. I'm like, I should have kids by now.
Right.
But that's not your journey. That's not your.
Not everybody's journey is the same.
Right. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, whatever you're doing, doesn't that sound familiar about like wanting what others people have? Did we just learn that?
Yeah, something like that.
Somebody said that.
Yeah, being content with what you have.
Right,
yeah.
exactly. So I mean, but it all comes out later when you're ready. I feel like you're never presented an opportunity that's meant to be unless you're ready.
For sure. I just remember like in college, like thinking now back to then, like the most stress I had was an exam coming up.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
You got a lot more pressure as an adult now.
Yeah. And now you get two boys.
A wife, right? A job.
Right.
Yeah. And that's just the surface of it.
Right.
You know?
And I think that's.
But all those moments get you ready for this. Not that I don't know everything.
Yeah.
You know, I'm learning every single day. I'm learning how to be a dad.
Right.
I'm learning how to be a husband.
Right.
Right. And, you know, how to be a good employee. And every day is new. Like, I fail at it every single day. But every day that you wake up, you have a choice, right, to try better, right, to lean into God more, right, and to just try. And the book I've been reading lately is called Stand Firm and Act Like Men. And it's got some really good. If you like reading a book, I highly recommend. I'm not a big reader, but it's by the pastor named Joby Martin. His church is up in Jacksonville, and it's got just some really good just nuggets of truth in it of how to be a man, right? Like what it takes to be a good man, right? A good godly man. Mm-hmm. And boy, does it challenge you. It's like, wow, it checks you like real quick. Like, all right, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. It's like, okay. And so, and it's really neat. It has some things in there to challenge you each day of how to be a better godly man.
You know, you said earlier about, you know, when you think you have it bad, mm-hmm. or when you're young and you go that like how bad is your day when you think it's, you know, that's the worst part. That's what you say that's the worst part of your day. That really was the worst part of your day.
Yeah,
and it could have been way worse, but that was only it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a story I love hearing this story every time I see it on film or whatever. But you know, Shaquille O'Neal. Great person, great role model to be like.
Yeah.
And apparently he had a bad game, and he was up in New York, and this is when he played for Orlando.
Yeah.
And apparently his father or fatherly figure, I can't remember if it was either one, but anyways, said, "Hey, I'm picking you up at 5:30." It had to be his dad, because he's like, "Hey, you didn't mess around. When Dad says get in the car, you get in the car. You didn't ask questions about it." Yeah. And Shaquille O'Neal's a grown man, you know what I'm saying? So he says, "Hey, I'm picking you up at 5:30," and he goes, "And don't ask questions." And he's like, "Okay." So picks him up. He said, "What happened in New York?" He said, "I had a bad game."
Yeah.
So talking about like I was under pressure or whatever. Mm-hmm. Excuse after excuse. And he said he drove over and he parked under this near this bridge, and he sees this family come out of a cardboard box.
Yeah.
And the dad's got to go to work, and the mom's got to go and take the kids here. And he said, "That's pressure right there. Mm-hmm. That's pressure.
Yeah.
You have no idea what pressure is."
Yeah.
You think a game in the Madison Square Garden is pressure,
right?
Not knowing where the next
meals
coming from,
mm-hmm.
or what are, I've got two kids. I got to worry about them. Mm-hmm. Keeping them safe. You don't know what pressure is.
Some of those people are the most happy people in the world.
True. But it all comes down to, we put so much emphasis on what we don't have.
Oh yeah,
and what we do have. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or instead of what we have.
Yeah.
It's amazing, but it's easy to get caught up in something like that. But when you think, "Oh man, I got it bad," and then you go, "Shame on you, man."
Yeah,
you don't even know.
Yeah,
like that picture last week, man. It got me, bro.
Yeah,
that picture, that hut.
Yeah,
with the concrete floor about halfway up, bro. Mm-hmm. And here I am thinking, man, I'd like to have a new vehicle.
Yeah.
They just like to have a wall up that would support their house and keep the wind off their back. Mm-hmm. Man, shame on us, man.
Yeah.
It's and especially, I mean, it shouldn't be just Christmas time. You think about
No, it shouldn't be. It should be all the time. Something I'm always always will like gut check me is like, you know, we always talk about like the blessings that God has given us, right? We talk about like just he's given us a house, right? He's given us a job, family, and everything like that. And but the number one thing that we always have to be reminded of is like the biggest blessing that he's giving us, no matter what else he's given us in life, is salvation.
Yeah.
Right? Like
grace.
He's giving us grace. He gave us his son. His son died for
Absolutely.
us, right? And he rose from the dead, right? And if we believe in him, right, we have salvation. That's the biggest blessing. Anything here material on earth that he gives us is just extra.
Absolutely.
It's just extra. And then how we use it to honor him with it. You know what I mean?
You came in with nothing, you leave with nothing.
That's right.
And that's a promise.
That is. It is.
And they say that the only promises, there are no promises, but that's not entirely true.
That's
not entirely true, because that promise right there is you came in with nothing and you'll leave with nothing. Absolutely. And it's you talk about a reality check, man.
Yeah.
People putting so much time, and you know, I spent so much time building this up. There's nothing wrong with being successful. Please don't take that don't take that the wrong way. The thing that the misconception is, of being successful is that they think it's got to be one way. Mm-hmm. They don't have it can be any kind of way. As long as you feel like you are successful. It's a mindset, like you said earlier. It's a mindset.
It is.
When you think
if you only label success with money, then you're never going to be successful, because what's the end goal?
Right.
There's always more money to be made.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, like you're saying, it's a mindset thing. But we were put on this earth to work, so there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with striving for something,
right,
and everything. I mean, if you go back to the very beginning, Adam was put, before sin entered the world, Adam was put on this world to work.
right.
That was like part of the deal.
Yeah.
Was he was going to tend to the garden and work.
Mm-hmm.
So like that, we're called to work. We're called to have careers and things like that. But if you put it above God, then that's where it becomes wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that can happen really quick.
Oh, it
because
can.
you also forget. You know, there's that.
It's very easy to go like, "Oh, I did this.
Yeah.
I did that.
Oh, yeah,
I'm so smart."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Without help.
Yeah.
Without that existence.
Yeah.
And presence.
Yeah.
You have nothing.
That's right.
It's almost like. I don't know. It's like
he created us and gave us the gifts that we have. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. But it's like, you know, people that want to do things all by themselves, and then someone helps them out, and then they go, yeah, I did that. Mm-hmm. Or you know, like I heard somebody say something one time. I'll take you to the mall if you drive. What?
I'll take you to the mall if you drive.
How are you going to take me if I drive?
If I drive, I'm taking you now.
I'll take you to the mall. Yeah. I'll take you to the mall if you drive.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Kind of contradicting there what you just said. Yeah. It's like, you mean you want me to take you to the mall?
Yeah. You mean you'll ride with me to the mall, but you ain't taking me to the mall. I'm driving.
Yeah, even though it was your idea.
Now, that could be right. That could be your idea, but not I'm taking you.
Right, I'm the one driving.
Nah, if you're catching around with me, I'm taking you.
Yeah.
Man, we don't know how lucky we got, man.
That's right. That is right.
Thomas, I got 2 more questions for you before we go.
All right, man.
And they're Gator questions.
Let's go.
I can't let
you know I'm passionate about the Gators.
I know, and I love it. I really do. Who's your favorite Gator of all time?
Well, growing up, it was always Tim Tebow. You know what I mean? I actually, like in middle school, I'd put on the eye black and put the verses on there like Tim Tebow. I just liked his character. You know what I mean? He was a Christian in sports, and I liked what he stood for. But, dude, Percy Harvin was so much fun to watch. I said this the other day on stream. Someone asked me who my favorite Gator was. And the quick answer is always Tim Tebow. But, dude, Percy Harvin was awesome. And then also, I'd be remiss if I didn't say, Earl Everett. Earl Everett is just one of the, like, the coolest human beings to know, and the fact that he was a Gator too, which is awesome. Yeah. And I'll never forget his helmetless tackle. I'll never forget when he came to the elementary school in Lake Pan and signed autographs for us. I wish I still had that. I don't know what happened to it. Probably got thrown away eventually. You know what I mean? Wow. But like he came and he gave every single one of us that picture, and he signed it, and he did it at all elementary schools. It was so neat. But yeah, those would be my 3 that I would say.
Man, if I were to reverse the role and you asked me that, it's hard to pick my favorite Gator.
Yeah.
But Tim's up there, but
yeah.
But I'm the kind of guy that likes, like I said, I like the unsung heroes. Yeah. I like you you got guys that don't get all the flash.
They don't get the praise.
So like Earl. Mm-hmm. But I was also a big Keywan Ratliff fan.
Okay.
He was awesome. And there have been so many guys. It's like which one's your favorite breath of air? Yeah. You're like dude, there's so many guys that and they're going to continue. So it's you're always going to find somebody. But man, I just like you said, Percy was pretty electric.
Yeah, he's just fun to watch, man. Every time he touched the ball, you're like, is he going to house this one? Like
Demps was good too.
Yeah,
trying to get Demps on the show.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, he's all the speedsters.
That's what I swear. Florida when we were really good, we just had track speed everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, but a lot of the guys. I mean, I'm a big tight the tight ends. I love like Ben Troop and Tate Casey.
Yeah.
That Tate Casey catch from Tebow when he did the jump pass, I was there.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
And I'm like screaming at the top of my lungs before anybody. I mean, like it was in slow motion.
Right.
He does the jump pass, and I just start going. He's not going to drop it. Yeah. I'm like, yeah. And then the whole place erupted. It was amazing. But my other question was, who was somebody when you were growing up? Who was someone that because we all have someone we emulate. Mm-hmm. Someone we want to be, whether it's sports, life, or any other sport, whatever. Who was somebody that you emulated?
That I emulated? Wow. That's a hard question. I feel like I emulate a lot of different people. I just take a lot of different things. I would guess number one thing is just working hard would be my dad.
Yeah.
My dad's a hard worker, never wants praise, and just puts his head down and just does the work. You know what I mean? Like if you want something done, you call my dad, he'll get it done. You know what I mean? That's just his mentality. So I would say I emulated a lot of that growing up just because, spent a lot of time with him and stuff, and just he was probably the most influential person, in my life. But then just like every single coach that I had too, I emulate a lot of their stuff, different things, that are me and into my personality. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be somebody else. Mm-hmm. But I would say a lot of the coaches too, when it comes to coaching football and stuff. But yeah, just a lot of different people in my life has, spread nuggets of truth into me. I would say too, like when we lived in Lakeland, we had a church that we found called Field Church there. And a lot of people there that we got into a small group with was very influential in just, learning the Bible with them, right? How to study as a group and things like that. And that was a very influential moment in our life, just being, a young married couple and getting involved in the church and just diving into the Word with other people around our age in the same walk of life.
Right.
And that was a really neat moment. And then just honestly, just both of my parents in general, just, very good Christian family, grew up in church. And, one time Tori Lovett, one of our friends, she said, we grew up in church. And so like, we don't have, me and her, like, we don't have that like crazy, like, we had it very like, bad lifestyle, right? And we came out of that and became Christians. Like we were raised in church, we were taught, and she's like, that's still a testimony. That is steady faithfulness that your family had, right? Mm-hmm. To raise you the right way. And that was like a cool, like perspective shift on like that is something to be your testimony.
Yeah.
It's like, my parents raised us the right way. They raised us to be God-fearing, Bible-believing Christians, right? And so that kind of stuff of like, I will always remember growing up, if I ever had a question, my dad's first thing he would do on the counter was open up the Bible, and like, we'd read the Bible together, and we'd talk about what the Word of God said, and that was just something very neat that I don't think everybody got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially as a kid. And one of the times, Bella, when we were dating, she was over one time, and that happened. My dad brought out the Bible, and we went through stuff, and she's like, "Is this like a normal thing?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, probably once or twice a week we do this." You know what I mean? We're just having conversations. The Bible eventually gets brought out, and we start talking about what the Word of God says. And that was a very influential thing in my life.
Right.
To just kind of rely on God in things and answering questions and looking to the Word of God.
That's awesome. Yeah. I think our fathers are always going to be influential in our lives.
I agree.
Because that's who, people always ask me, where do you get your personality from? I'm like, and when I tell them my dad, they about fall over because my dad's very, very, he's very funny.
Yeah.
And like I've said before in several podcasts, I wanted to be like that. Like I could remember people coming over and I wanted to entertain.
Yeah.
And it was a great feeling. It's a great it's a great feeling to make somebody laugh.
Yeah.
And I always try to make them feel like whatever they got going on in their life, like maybe if they just forget about it for just a few seconds, it's like a goal of mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just for a moment.
Right.
Just
not focus on it. Not focus on the stress, the anxiety.
Right. Yeah. Just take in the moment and just enjoy the moment and that's why. And then a lot of people see it as a negative thing, but I never really get serious.
Yeah.
Like I can be serious, but I don't want to be serious because life's too short.
Yeah.
And we're not. Again, tomorrow doesn't exist.
Right.
We're not promised anything.
Let's focus on today.
Right. So I always try to take each day, live, laugh, and love. That's a real thing.
Right.
And so people say that they don't ever live it like that. So I always like to live it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a walking testimony of what I believe. And so there's always. That doesn't mean nothing bad ever happens in my life. It's just that I have a different outlook on things.
Right. Don't focus on the bad. You know what I mean?
Right. And even in bad, there's good.
Always. It's always about what you're looking for.
Yes.
If you look for the bad, you'll find the bad. You'll find the negative.
Yes.
But if you're, it's like almost, it's being like, have a positive mindset. You know what I mean? There's always good to be found in things.
Absolutely.
Always.
And it's
might be harder in some situations.
No doubt. But I think it's got a lot of, it shows a lot of growth.
Yeah.
It shows a lot of maturity.
For sure.
When you can take something negative and or something tragic and you can put a whole new spin on it.
Oh yeah.
And for a good reason. And I know it's hard for some people and I just, it's one of those things where you help cope with that. Like you want to help. That's where when I come in and I go, if I can make you forget about something for 10 seconds, kind of do like a little reset.
Right.
It was all worth it. I feel like
it'll make that person be like, why is he so positive? What does he have that I don't have?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? What's making him not worry about the bad that's happening right now? You know what I mean?
People are always looking for the missing piece.
Yeah.
And it's normally there is no missing piece. They just think there is.
Yeah.
And that's hard to grasp sometimes where you're like, no, but I still feel empty. Well, you may think that, but you just haven't gotten to where you need to be right now.
Right.
And one of my favorite things ever, there's a video where the guy says, lay some wisdom on me. He's talking to a bartender, and the bartender says, you're not where you want to be. You think you need to be somewhere else, and then in reality, you'll get there and go, that's not where I meant to be anyways.
Right.
We're always looking for that next thing. Next best thing. The best example I can give you is when you were a kid at Christmas.
Yeah.
And you wanted something really, really bad. Mm-hmm. And then you got it. What happened?
And you kind of just, after a couple weeks, you were like, all right, where's the next toy?
You lost that.
You lost interest.
You
pretty
lost
quick.
that passion.
Yeah.
You lost that.
Because you're looking for satisfaction in a
in a tangible object.
In a tangible object, for sure. Yeah.
So and that's never the case. Right. You're never going to find that.
No.
And people talk about money. Well, yeah, money's great.
Yeah.
Money buys you things.
Right.
But
those things will fade away.
Money can't buy you the simple things.
No.
Health.
No.
Love. Family.
Mm-hmm.
Can't
the things that leave this earth. Yeah.
Things that we take for granted every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you, bro. My friend.
Appreciate you, Billy. Love this, man.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I am so glad you were able to come over and hang out with me. And appreciate it. I know it was a little cold this morning.
That's okay though. We like it. Makes the coffee taste better.
There you go. We got the coffee going.
Yeah.
But I have to have you on again.
Of course.
We'll just talk about movies the whole time.
Let's talk about.
But you got to check out that Home Alone, bro.
I definitely will.
Yeah,
I'll do that when I get home.
All right. Well, Thomas, thanks again.
Appreciate you, Billy.
Guys, that's all we have time for right now. And until next time, I want to take time to thank our sponsors, including Mr. Williams, and all of our other supporters and sponsors. Without your help, this is not possible, and it's really, really appreciated. So until next time, we'll see you later. Have a good one.